Good morning. We will start session 9 on chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure. In our previous sessions, we have been understanding how to separate the components of mixture by various methods. We understood that by centrifugation, sublimation, chromatography method, distillation, fractional distillations and many more methods we understood. In our today's class, we understand few more methods from where we can separate the components of mixture. The first one is decantation method. What is decantation method? The process by which a clear liquid is obtained after sedimentation. Now, the process by which a clear liquid is obtained after sedimentation, we need to understand here that means we are mixing some components, those are immiscible. That means either I am mixing immiscible liquids or I am mixing immiscible components which will not get mixed with each other. Now for example, I have taken sand and water in a beaker, right? So it's a solution of sand and water together. When I pour that sand and water in a beaker, what happens? It is completely a mixture of immiscible components. Now I will allow that sand in a beaker with water to settle down for some time, leaving it undisturbed without touching it. So what will happen after some time? We see that all sand particles are settled down. Now why are the sand particles are settled down? Because usually heavier particles tend to move to the bottom of the vessel or a beaker, lighter particles will be on the top. Now here when we talk about water and sand, sand is heavier than water. That is why heavier particles, they settle down. That means the heavier sand particles are sedimented. The process of obtaining clear liquid is obtained after, the process by which a clear liquid is obtained after sedimentation. Sedimentation means here, now the sand is sedimented, it is allowed to settle down, right? Now what I can do? I can take another beaker and slowly pour the water in this beaker. That means I get a clear water or a pure water, what you can say, after the sediment, where the sedimented particles are at the bottom only, I can only remove the water. This is one method of obtaining the pure water from the sedimented particle, right? Now this was about sand and water, where immiscible components I had taken. Now for example, if I take the same as in funnel method we had used, now I take kerosene and water, that means immiscible liquids. Kerosene and water do not get mixed with each other. Even in this case, if I take a mixture of kerosene and water in a beaker, allow it to settle down for some time without disturbing, what will happen? As we know, heavier particle or heavier things always settle down at the bottom, the lighter ones are always on the top. Here, oil being lighter than water, oil is always floating on the water and the water is settled down, or I can say sedimented down. Then what I can do? After some time I can take another beaker, just pour out the oil which is there on the layer of the water. That is how I will be able to get a clear liquid which is obtained after sedimentation. So somewhere this method is similar to the funnel method, but when it comes to the liquid, we can go ahead with both funnel as well as decantation process, that is with oil and water. Suppose we have some particles which will not get dissolved, we can use as well decantation method. So decantation method is a method of obtaining pure liquid after it is getting sedimented, right? So we move to the next one, crystallization. What is crystallization? Crystallization is a process that separates pure solid in the form of its crystals from a solution. Means we are getting a pure solid in the form of a crystals from a solution. Now best thing, obtaining salt from seawater. Now salt is nothing but a pure solid in the form of crystal from a solution. Solution is seawater, right? This Crystallization can also be done in your school laboratory also. What best we can do here is, what is our aim here? To separate pure solid from mixture in the form of crystals. So what we will do now, we will take copper sulfate crystals, right? Copper sulfate is blue in color. So make a powder of the copper sulfate crystals, what you can easily be crushed. Then in a beaker, mix the component of CuSO4 plus water, right? So this gets dissolved in water. Now that means I tell this is blue color water. Why blue color? Why? Because copper sulfate is blue in color. Assume that I am adding a blue powder in water. What will be the color of the water here? It will turn blue, right? Now what I will do here is, I will heat this water. I will keep this beaker on a burner. I will heat it for some time. It will boil for some time, what you can say. I will bring it to its boiling point. Then I will keep it aside to cool it, right? Assuming that, next process what we do? We heat it and then we cool it. After cooling, what actually we find is, this liquid here, some crystal-like formation will be there and the water over here. That means, what crystals are formed, those are the crystals of copper sulfate form, and this is the water. That means what I have added, this was a mixture of copper sulfate and water. Now after boiling it and allowing it to cool, once we cool it, those will form as a crystal again, what we had used it in a beginning. This is called as the method of crystallization. The same technique is used to obtain salt from seawater, right? So this, the first one we understood decantation, and the next one crystallization. So there are several methods where we use to separate the components of mixture. Now along with the latest technologies, there are several such methods which we also use. Now for example, when we talk about drinking water is most efficient, like everybody wants clean and pure drinking water, right? So nowadays with the pollution and with all this thing which is going on, we all look for a pure drinking water. So let us understand what is the basic water purification method, right? Let that be whatever you have at home, boiling, filtering, you have RO, AquaGuard, whatever it is, basically it undergoes the similar type of a technique. That is the one water purification method which we undergo. So example, let us assume that water from the reservoir, that means it is not a pure water. It's a bit of impure water, right? Which is not fit for drinking, which has to be purified and which we get supplied to our house. So this water in the reservoir is impure. Now this water is made to move in a sedimentation tank. Understood why sedimentation tank? What happens in sedimentation? Heavier particles settle down. The lighter particles, that is water, will be on the top. So what will happen in sedimentation? When this impure water is let into a sedimentation tank and allowed it for some hours together to sediment it, all that sand particle, dust particle or impurities, what we can say, they will settle down. So once the sedimented particles are settled down, what is there? It is left with the good water. Not exactly good or pure water, but to a level, yes, a good water. Then that water is made to flow in the loading tank. Now what is loading tank? Loading tank is a tank where it receives the pure water. Not pure which is fit for drinking, but which is actually free from this sediments. It is accumulated in the loading tank. From loading tank, this water goes to the filtration tank. What happens in the filtration? In the filtration tank has the water which has come from this. Apart from that, it has charged sand particles. What do you mean by charged sand particles? They are fine sand particles, gravel and coarse gravel. So all these are there in the filtration tank. Now once this water from the loaded tank goes into this, What is the role of charred sand, gravel and coarse gravel? It will act as a magnet. For example, if I have a magnet and if I have a magnetic substances, what will magnet do? Magnet will attract all the magnetic substances towards it, right? Similarly here, this will act as a magnet. That means whatever from here, the things have sedimented, but still it is not pure. There are some particles which will go into the loading tank and from there to filtration tank. There are still some particles which could not get sedimented here. Now those particles are attracted by this charred sand, gravel and coarse gravel, right? Then what is left out? Pure water is left out, water which is good, what we can see. That good water is led into another tank where it undergoes a chlorination process. What does chlorination do? It kills the bacteria if it is there, if anything present in the water. Once it undergoes chlorination, then the water is led to our houses, tanks or anything which is fit for drinking, correct? So this is one purification method of water. So with that we complete all the separation techniques or how to separate the different components to different techniques or different methods we complete here. We are still left with some basic terms in the lesson such as what do you mean by a physical change and a chemical change, what are elements, compounds, metals, non-metals, which we will be doing it in our next session. So in our today's session, if you have any doubt, you can call on the same day of the video set. Thank you.